Okay,
Let's go to the UFO sightings. So.
last night, you two are so observant, and last night was phenomenal. There were lights of unknown origin, maybe UFOs unidentified, all over the sky last night. Scan the sky and show what we're talking about, a clear sky and no electrical lights anywhere. Throughout this whole sky last night, July 1st, second, 1st of the year 2000, it was phenomenal. Lexi, what did you see?
Well, actually I saw a lot of different lights. One of the first lights, or dramatic lights, was a light that came from the west, and it went all the way across the sky to the east. And it looked to me like a very bright white orb that was too big for a normal satellite, and it was brighter than any satellite I've seen. In addition to that, there's no Iridium satellites scheduled for July 1st to come over Trout Lake area during that time, so it wasn't an Iridium flare.
Now, when you're describing this as an orb, basically, was it larger than any stars that you were seeing? The little, because it was a clear night.
It was at least four times the size of a star, of the brightest star.
Okay, and there were bright stars. And over here, I don't know, northeast, that's what? West?
Yeah.
To our west last night, right up there was the Big Dipper. And there was something going in and out of the Big Dipper. Mike, did you see that?
I saw actually about 3 episodes of maybe less than average intensity lights that were linear in their motion. In other words, straight line activity. I saw none that changed course, but 3 of them went through the Big Dipper that I observed.
Went through it.
Right. Or at least from one side of it to the other, and all seemed to come basically from the west to the east.
They were coming from the west and that direction.
Right.
Now, what about over the mountain last night? Because normally we always see something going on over the mountain.
I didn't observe
Mount
any
Adams.
unusual lights over the mountain last night, and I was particularly looking for it.
Yeah, I saw a light that came from the west. Again, went over to the east, but more northerly when we looked in that direction.
Hangs on, could you start over on that one?
Yeah,
I wasn't on you.
saw a light that came from the west and went to the east as we were facing north toward the mountain. And again, it was real bright, like the first one we saw that went from west to east. But this time, as this one got farther east of the mountain, it lit up, got really bright, and then just kept traveling like that for a while.
Now,
Then,
bright, are you referring to white light bright?
yeah,
Or-
white light bright.
Okay.
I always saw them as white.
Now, last night there was also a strange phenomenon. I know that we were all discussing it and all looking at it. The 2 orbs of light coming from different directions that converged to the east, Mike, of the Dipper. Remember that? And that was a W, and somebody said they thought that was the constellation of Cassiopeia. But at the base of the W, Ralph, can you remember exactly, was that east of the Big Dipper last night, that W?
East of the Big Dipper.
Okay, but it was the bottom.
The bottom,
The
right-hand
bottom
side.
of it is where that star actually came out.
Okay, you're on.
Last night there was a very big light that you were witness to, and you described things so beautifully. Explain that strange phenomenon.
Well, I think we looked at our watch. It was about 10:06 p.m. It came from about the southwest and headed northeast. It had an intensity at least 4 times of any star in the sky. It was in constant motion and not super fast, but fairly fast. It seemed, to my impression, that it was low in elevation, but I have no way of confirming that. What it didn't have was any strobe lights, any blue, red, or green lights, and there was no sound.
No sound.
No sound.
Great.